There's one meeting that I got in my head. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Mark. Here. Gene. Here. Angie.
Present.
All present. Okay, I'd like a motion and a second for the approval of the meeting, the draft of the board meeting on 10/12/22.
I move we approve.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Board members' reports. Gene, you're up. And I didn't get a chance to look at it.
Economically, our tax money isn't coming in quite as nicely as we'd like, but it is coming. We were able to take all the shed costs out of the checking account instead of our savings account, which dropped our checking account numbers down to about a little over $6,000, which is less than what we like to keep in there. But still, it's a good number.
Yeah, it is. We didn't have to touch our savings account.
Yeah, so we'll see how that works out. We may have to transfer some money later on in the month, but maybe not. So we'll see how that works out for us. Otherwise, none of the other funds were touched. Everything so far has come out of the checking. Our water loss was all the way down to 43%.
Okay, well,
I'm sure hoping that the projects we've got going are going to give us some ideas on where the leaks are occurring and how we're going to do something about that.
yeah, okay.
That's all I got.
Well, also, we'll find them during this project too.
That's what I'm hoping.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Okay, all right, cool. Mark?
The only thing I would like to talk about is getting some training for Kathy and for Ben or whoever wants it, as far as just to learn how to operate our system, have a better idea of what's.
Let's look into it, let's do it. I have no problem with that.
Okay.
School's a good thing.
Yeah, and they can pretty much hand down my books. I've already gone through my certain levels, so I can.
I'd like to learn.
Okay, yeah. I got
Yeah, I mean, more than
I got
regular.
some more information on that too.
Yeah.
I've kind of started a little. I got a couple books over at the office right now. But,
Yeah, okay, so let's
and then do the exams and all that kind of stuff.
let's put something together and let's talk about it.
Okay.
Okay,
Well, thank
Angie?
I have a couple of questions that I would like to get answers to about water treatment. I've been told that there's no treatment at all that goes on between Golden Valley and our tank.
That's not.
That all the treatment is done at our tank. But that's not true, is it? No, I didn't
No, we're just
think
adding
so.
to it, because it's going such a long distance, and I should talk to Bobby just to give you a more straight answer, but I know for a fact
I mean, she's got
she
to
chlorinates
test.
the water, because we've had to use her water in the valley,
Right,
the county, so I know that she chlorinates it. I think she uses gas, but I'm not sure. Doesn't really matter what you use.
yeah, but no, it doesn't, but I'd like to find out if they test for, do they test for acids and things like that? Do they test for
Oh, yeah, they have to
arsenic
monthly,
and-
just like we do, yeah.
Just like we,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
all right.
They chlorinate before it gets to our tank, then we re-chlorinate.
We add to it,
We
because
have
we're running
to.
over such a long
Add
distance.
to
so,
it.
The
yeah.
chlorine
yeah,
just
okay.
dissipates
Yeah.
in that
Yeah,
long.
we kind of
Yeah, it
super
just-
chlorinated.
Yeah, we don't super,
Okay.
we keep it at a safe level.
Yeah.
Is what we do.
Okay,
That it?
that was my
Okay.
question.
Okay, I really have nothing. We'll talk about a couple other things down in old business. Kathy, you're up.
All right. It's a pretty short one this time. The status on the BLM right-of-way update. She let me know that everything is good to go, and we should be getting our copy of the contract in the next week or so. Funding. The ARPA, we had our meeting with the county, and they gave us a good first step with how we should proceed. And then we all kind of agreed that the next step was going to be submitting a request for proposal to them to just make sure that our wording is correct, which we did, and Tara got back to us. So yes, everything is good to go. She asked us to include a clause and sent us the paperwork on that. So I'll be getting with Angie probably the beginning of next week, and then we'll be sending those out to the engineering companies and hopefully start getting some answers in the next week or two. CDBG, we heard back from her that the ERR did get completed very, very quickly within like a week of our last meeting, which was kind of cool. And that the next step is going to get the same boilerplate agreement that we got for the ARPA money we'll be getting for the CDBG. I have no idea how the Department of Housing works as far as speed, so I don't know how soon we'll get that, but then once again, we'll have to sign that, send it back, wait for them to sign their copy, and then I don't know if they get it, have to go through a county meeting again like ARPA had to approve the contract. I thought that was kind of a interesting step that we had to take for ARPA, but I don't know if CDBG will be the same, but that's the money for the backup generator. So we could be looking at months, we could be looking at just a few weeks. Hopefully by the next meeting I'll have some more information on that. Financial matters of note, I didn't include this in the manager's report type copy that I gave you guys, but I did want to mention the Mardian because I know that there are concerned people on that. We still have not heard. I am not reaching out to them. If she's not interested in proceedings, then I might reach out to him at the beginning of the year, but it's kind of looking like maybe they want to let that drop for a little bit. So I spent more than I wanted to spend on materials this month. I ended up having to get 2 batches of asphalt repair for that trench we had on Tennessee, that bump that we had for a couple weeks. We did end up just filling that in temporarily with dirt until we got the next pallet, which got back ordered, but we just got that in. It came to almost $2,000, so that kind of sucked, but you do what you got to do. Because our revenues have been higher this spring and summer, we were able to take the shed costs, like Jean said, out of our checking account and not touch any of our savings, which I've been excited about. We are now fairly consistently under 10,000, and I may need to transfer, hopefully temporarily, out of our savings account. But that's only going to be temporary. We're hoping that this is usually our big revenue for tax this month, so hopefully we'll be able to just bring it right back up above 10,000. And leaks, we've had no new leaks as of October. We were still, we kind of went into October fixing Tennessee, but other than that, we haven't had any new leaks. Cross our fingers, knock on wood. And there is, I guess I did put it on there under new business. I have no new news on the Marty in front. And that's it.
Papers?
I'm sorry?
Do you have any more of the copies of those papers?
Copies of what
Or you
papers?
just read off?
Excuse me?
I was asking if there was a paper that,
Well, we're in the middle of a meeting right now. I think this Meridian thing will just drop until we hear from them. There's no use putting it on an agenda, putting it any place, until
Okay.
we hear from them.
Okay. All right, that's all I have.
Okay, thank you.
Do you want a motion to not discuss it anymore?
Well, it's not on.
It's not on the agenda,
No,
so
we'll
we
just
can't.
drop it for now, it's not on the agenda, so.
All right.
Okay, old business. Continue the discussion of the upcoming copper lead compliance. That's just gonna stay in old business as far as I'm concerned, because a lot of that's, 99% of that's gonna be taken care of and with the project.
Hopefully, all of from what I've heard, they won't even start doing anything with the county, and correct me if I'm wrong, until it's close to the time for them to get everything resolved as far as the rules and regulations
They don't
go.
have the regulations done yet.
No, they're still changing them.
Yeah.
So we
So-
should have all of the new lines in.
Oh, yeah,
by then.
and like that'll take care of 99% of,
The
They're mainly
exempt
interested
won't
in
even
stuff
worry
that we
about
don't
it.
really have anyway.
yeah.
We'll just
So,
have to do that no lead anywhere statement,
Yeah.
yeah, so I think we'll just,
which is part of the original thing. You know, if you don't have any, you have to say, I don't have any.
Yeah.
yeah, I think we'll leave it in old business. I'm not gonna have a motion to leave it in old business, but there's no use discussing it from now on. I have a motion in a
Yeah,
second.
there's nothing to discuss.
No.
No, there really isn't.
Yeah.
There's not even, I mean, we're discussing it right now too much.
Yeah, we just leave it.
For sure.
We could vote to table it for a couple months, if you want to do that.
Well, I have one thing that I think that we need to keep, I don't know how we're gonna tell people this, that when we install the new lines, it's up to them to get new lines from their houses, from the meter to their house.
But that's their decision.
That's their
They
decision.
don't
Yeah,
have to if they don't want to.
And we will come out with that.
Yeah.
As soon as we get engineers on board,
Yeah,
we'll put something together and get it out to everybody.
yeah.
you know, as we go, we'll get we're gonna put a new meter in for you, and we'll hook it up to your old line. If you want a new line, it's yours.
Yeah,
So, that's down the road a couple months yet,
yeah.
so.
Do you want
Okay,
to motion to table it, or what do you want to? We have to do a motion for something, either to keep it on old business, to table it for a future date, but I need to,
Okay, a motion to leave we're talking about the copper and lead.
yes.
All right, let's have a motion to leave it on old business, but, really, we
Well,
need
just
no
leave it on
discussion.
old business.
Yeah, just leave it on old business, a motion and a second.
I move that.
A second.
All in favor? Okay, so moved. Okay, Kathy's pretty much just talked about the ARPA and the other funding for the generator.
I've got nothing to say about that.
Now, I don't either right at this point in time.
No.
We're
Everything's rolling right.
right in the middle of jumping into it,
Mhm.
and we're about to jump off.
Let's just leave that in old business.
Yeah, and I think a motion to leave that in old
I
business.
move.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay. All right, no new business. Call to the public. The lady in the back.
There are two ladies in the back.
Do we
No, I have
to-
one. I only have one.
No, that's not, I wanted to.
No, this is not an open discussion.
No, I just had a question of what she said about the responsibility of us to change the pipes from the
This is not
meter.
the time for that. This is not an open discussion or question and answer period.
Sarah, we've been advised by the legal people from the State Department that we should not take questions from the audience.
We don't take questions.
Because it's a business meeting, and so we are kind of trapped by the
I'll talk to you about it
open
afterwards.
meeting.
That's all I needed to know. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you about it
Yeah,
afterwards.
but you can come into the office anytime and ask questions, that's not a problem.
No, you can't.
Or if you see one of us on the street.
Yep.
that's not a problem.
Thank you.
Okay. You're up.
My name is Diana Dunsmore. I have gone yet another month with zero communications from the board, no answers, meetings, or provisions of requested documents. This is irresponsible, unacceptable, and incredibly unbelievable. Chloride Water District is a special taxing district subject to the laws of the County of Mojave and the state of Arizona. The board is required to be appropriately elected every 4 years, hold meetings according to certain rules and regulations, keep accurate and honest control of finances of the water department. It is not at liberty to self-appoint indefinitely, intentionally keep seats vacant, or hold secret meetings. You are required to provide reports to a variety of agencies which are to be made available to the public upon request. This is a public entity that controls our most vital utility, not a social club that can refuse to provide monthly financial reports and pick and choose which rules to follow. Is there any wonder that a reputation of corruption exists? In spite of my best efforts, I am inclined to believe it now, and so I will be approaching this from a different mindset. I have for months been encouraged by Supervisor Bishop, the County Attorney General's Office, Rural Water Association of Arizona, and the Ombudsman of the State of Arizona Attorney General's Office to file official complaints regarding the open meeting and public law violations. You have left me no choice. I extended countless opportunities and gave multiple benefits of the doubt until it has proven foolish to do so. I am now informing the board that I will be filing both complaints, open meeting and public records, with the Attorney General's office. These will require responses from an attorney representing Chloride Water District, and that will be an expensive proposition which may result in formal action and fines, as bullying does not work at the state level. Let's be very clear, this is a consequence that was well explained yet purposefully chosen by the board's actions. Let's also be very clear that I did not begin this war, and I am not the villain in this picture. Chairman Nicoli, you were angry and ugly to Gary Sachs in the past, and now you have projected that anger and ugliness onto me in the present. While you are free to do that personally, you are not free to do so in your position as a chairman in an official capacity. My simple question of 17 months ago, are we prepared for an emergency, has morphed into this ridiculousness. Chuck, you have done this board a great disservice by encouraging the adversity and acrimony that now exists, and the board is not much better for allowing it to continue unchecked. The real villain in this picture is the board, and if the complaints and the financial impact on CWID because of your bad behavior lies squarely on the shoulders of the 4 people sitting here. I am not finished with my involvement. I still await the provision of the items that I have requested, as I have more questions now than ever. Please provide Dropbox items as soon as possible. Please explain the absence of $8,000 from June of '21. Thank you.
Okay, I'd like a motion to
I move we
adjourn the
adjourn.
meeting.
Move we adjourn.
Second, everybody in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Sarah, you can't talk unless you fill out a form ahead of time, 5 minutes ahead of time, and then you'll have to do that every minute.